Well, I'm
It was never. Siblings don't ever change.
D-Bots, you beaten.
Being the eldest of eight.
yeah. We live now, baby. I see it.
Time to rock and roll,
Yeah.
people.
Let's go. Jump on with me, y'all. Oh yeah. Drawing from the wisdom well. Let's get it. Listen, I am here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Drawing from the Wisdom Well podcast. I am your host, Pastor Dr. Robert Bailey Jr. Jump on here quickly. Y'all get on, get on, get on. You want to be on right now because we are having a conversation today that I think is very, very much so needed. It's necessary for where we're trying to go. And I have a special guest with me today, and I'm so grateful she's here. But before I introduce her, before anything happens, I'm telling you guys, do me a favor, share the video. You got to share this video. It's going down. We're having a conversation today, and you want to be a part of this conversation. So make sure you share the video. I'm doing it right now. Share the doggone video, y'all. Share it. Let them know we live. Whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, we are live right now. You need to jump on to have this conversation with us. And I am grateful to God for all the things that he is doing and what he's about to do. Hey, D, what's happening? Hey, good to see y'all, man. I'm glad y'all jumping on. What's going on, Harold? Good to see you. Good to see you, Yolanda. What's happening? Y'all jumping in here. Let's get it, man. I'm so excited, y'all. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I have a very special guest here with me today, and I'm going to let her introduce herself because she's somebody I know, and she's somebody that I care about, and I love her family, and I love her mom, and I love them, and so I want her to introduce herself, and we're going to talk about a few things today related to what her business is. So who are you?
Hi, everybody. I am Christina Rachel. I go by Chrissy. You guys know and love me, and I know and love y'all. Even if I don't know y'all, I already love y'all. I'm with this genius right here who has just blessed everybody that he's come into contact with, and
you.
I'm just so gracious
Listen,
to be here today.
she's family, y'all. She's family. Chris is family, and she's the daughter of Sue Parker, and I'm grateful. I am so happy that she's here with me today. How are you? How are you doing?
I am fantastic. I am so happy to be here. Work keeps me away, but when I can be in the building, I'm always happy to be
Absolutely.
in good spirits with you. I mean, it's just your energy.
Come
Like,
on
how could
now,
y'all
you
not
know.
love this energy? What do
You know, I try to be a vibe. You know, I try to
Say
be
trying.
a
He
vibe.
don't be trying,
I be
y'all.
trying
He
to
be
be a
he be
vibe,
doing
you
it.
know.
He be doing it.
It's so good to see you, man. How's the family? The family's doing well?
Yes,
Everybody's good?
everybody is amazing. The
That's
kids
cool.
are getting bigger and smarter. Why can't you tell me them kids grow so fast?
Oh, yeah, they grow fast. They grow fast. Mine just turned 9, so yeah.
And they
grow
skip
real fast.
shoe sizes.
Yeah,
I don't like
no,
that.
Yeah, that happens. That happens on a regular basis. I'm so glad you're here with me today, and you do life insurance.
Yes,
That's the business that you carry, and
Yes.
I think one of the things that we as a people fail to do is to consider it. What made you get into life insurance policy, or just selling life insurance, or helping people with getting life insurance?
Pastor Bailey, it really hit my front door.
Okay.
You know, I'm the eldest of 8. My mom has 8 children.
Yeah.
And my second brother, Jalen,
Yep.
at 27 years old, aspiring to be an engineer. I'm talking about could take a car, break it down to the nuts and bolts and build you an airplane.
Really?
But
Jalen can do that?
Jalen.
Get
J-
out of
li-
here,
little bit-
Jalen. I didn't know.
Jalen,
What's
yes.
happening, Jalen?
But some unfortunate circumstances. He
Yeah.
was literally at a gas station meeting with his friends for his birthday. That was a couple of weeks prior. First time everybody could get off at the same time.
Yeah.
And they were at this gas station where a group of guys had an altercation with another guy a couple days prior.
Crazy.
And the guy that got jumped on passed by and saw my brother and his group of friends and thought it was the same people
No.
and came back and pretty much just shot everybody in the parking lot. He shot my brother first and the worst, and he survived. You know,
Yeah.
not many people survive being shot
Right.
in the head, but it changed everything.
Yeah.
So his
yeah.
2 young daughters that he was building this life for, you know, he planned on giving them the world. Those
Yeah.
girls were his world, but now he's permanently disabled, so
Mhm,
he doesn't get to build that anymore.
That's right. That's right.
And we didn't think that he was gonna make it,
Yeah.
and we called to get him some life insurance, and they said he's uninsurable.
What?
He doesn't get to be covered anymore. Like, that's too big of a risk for a life insurance
man.
company. Like,
Oh,
nobody's
man.
gonna take that risk.
No.
So I'm like, now my 27-year-old brother who has to pass away, like, that's the one thing that's gonna happen, Pastor Bailey.
Yeah.
We get insurance on everything, our cars.
Yep. Yep.
We may get into
Dogs.
an accident. The dog.
Trust me, because I got insurance on mine.
You got insurance on
And-
your dog.
Oh, my God. He gets on my nerves already. Anybody want a dog, you can have. No, okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah, no,
I'm
seriously.
like, those things may happen, but death is for certain.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Nobody talks about it. When you go to get a brand new car, you can't drive that car off the lot without
No,
full
that's
coverage
facts.
insurance.
No, that's facts.
But you can take an entire human being home from the hospital and nobody bats an eye.
Man, how long have you been doing life insurance?
I started in 2021.
Okay.
I did. And
Right after the pandemic.
right after the pandemic. And, you
Okay.
know, everybody was afraid. Everybody was scared. So the business really boomed because
That's right.
people saw, okay, you could be here today and be gone. Like, everybody knows that we only get one life, but nobody
Yeah.
really thinks about, okay, today may be the day that I leave out my door and I don't ever come
That's
back.
right. That's right. That's right. And I thought about that because we talked several times about trying to do seminars and things like that. And I thought this would probably be an easier avenue for both of us to get people to sign up. I have a lot of people that join us every Wednesday for our Wisdom Well. And what wisdom can we give them other than trying to ensure that people got life insurance? Because I see a lot of it. And then with me being a pastor, there's always a funeral. It's always having to deal with people with bereavement, and just having those moments of raising money, GoFundMe, these fundraisers,
Yeah.
and we don't really consider getting life insurance at all. So, in your estimation, why is it important that we even have it?
Honestly, because we have people that are going to be affected by it.
Yeah, facts.
People with small kids.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
those small kids going to do even after we pay for the funeral? And a lot of times in our culture, because this is not something we talk about, we don't talk about wealth building. We don't
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about legacy planning.
Yeah.
And it comes at the expense of everybody else.
Yeah.
So now the people that are left behind, they got to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the person who is getting insured. I hear a lot where I'm going to be dead anyway. What do I need the insurance for?
Who says that? Oh no. Who says that? They should never say that.
I've heard just put me in a ditch, just put me in a backyard.
Yeah.
I've heard I struggled, so they'll be okay. But our whole goal, everybody's working so that the babies can have a better life, so that your family can have a better life.
Please don't say that, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want you to say that. We really want you to get some kind of insurance on your life, because, like,
You know, and they think about it in the sense of, I need to pay for a funeral. But what happens when that annual salary is taken from your household? What happens
Absolutely.
when the person who
ooh,
relies...
we don't think about that though, do we?
it's gone. Like you
Jeez.
don't get. And a lot of people say, well, I have insurance on my job. The job don't care about you while you're alive.
Yeah.
They'll replace you if you need to take FMLA. You think they're
No,
gonna care about your
no, I
family
agree.
after you gone?
No, I agree. I mean, and it takes such a long time to process that kind of stuff. So, I was just wondering because I hear so many people, and I'm gonna get some people here from like the cemetery that can help with people that want plots or just trying to get information on things like that. Because I think wisdom is not just biblical.
Right.
Wisdom is just anything that help us better our life experience, better our times while we're on the earth. And I mean, honestly, I don't believe people feel like they can afford it. Like afford life insurance. Like it costs so much amount of money for whatever, however amount, a much amount of money that they're trying to acquire. But I discovered that it's not as expensive as most people think that it is.
It costs less than a cup of Starbucks coffee a day.
Well,
So it's really
Okay.
about prioritizing, Pastor. We have so much money in our community,
That's
and that's why people come and build everything in our communities.
Yeah.
If we were
Yeah.
poor, if we were broke, nobody would come and build here for us to spend our
No, that's
money.
true.
But they know
That's
we
true.
are uneducated about money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they use our misunderstanding of money to take advantage of us.
I
We
got
have
it.
the biggest buying power of any community, of any culture, of any presence
Yeah.
here. It is us. We are the blueprint for everything.
Yeah.
But when we look at what we have coming in versus what we have going out, we're not watching where the money's going. So we have 15 gas station stops.
Oh yeah, and I just saw 3 of them that they building right now.
Why
when
they keep building gas stations if we
Because
don't
the
have
price
no money?
going up.
We don't have any money though.
Obviously they do. They ain't still going to the gas station.
Because they see everything else as a necessity. See,
Oh,
they
yeah,
don't
that's
teach
true.
us to view it as a necessity.
That's
They
true.
teach us to view it as a bill.
Oh,
But you have cable TV. You're going to pay $300
that's right.
a month for cable
That's
TV.
right. Netflix, Prime Video.
You have 25 subscriptions and you only use 2.
No, I agree. I definitely agree with
It
that.
is just about knowing where the money is going.
So how could somebody figure out what's the best company? Because I mean, I'm sure every company offers something different. How do you what information would you tell them to look for in choosing either a company or following somebody that knows what they're talking about?
Okay. The biggest thing I hear about people wanting to purchase life insurance, I want something for right now, and I also want something for when I go.
Okay.
First things first, your life insurance is your life insurance is your life insurance. It is nothing else.
Okay.
If they tell you,
Okay.
if you take your car to be serviced and you say, okay, well, I want my brakes changed, I want a tune-up, I want an oil change. You have to pay for all of those things.
Absolutely.
You do not go and say, okay, well, I want a tune-up and expect them to give you your brake change for free.
Right.
Anything that you give to the life insurance company as a life insurance payment, that is all it is. So if you hear anybody say, oh, well, I have a savings account with my life insurance, no, you do not.
They can't do that, can
They can't. Okay.
Well, I didn't know.
It-
I was just asking.
But that is a great question because that was just common sense. Because how you going to tell me that I'm getting life insurance, but you're going to give me something else, but I'm only paying for life insurance? And that's how they get us. Pastor, if somebody came up to you and said, well, look, I know you want to take care of your family. Let's sit down and let me tell you about these Negro plans.
What?
Right, because what do you mean a Negro plan?
Like what? Where are we going with this?
What's happening? So
Yeah.
life insurance is not new. It's always been around. But
Yeah.
they used to have to insure the property. And who used to be the property?
Oh.
They knew that we would live for a
Yeah.
short time and they can
Yeah.
buy it for dirt cheap and they would get a
Yeah.
lot for it.
Wow.
But
Wow,
then, you know, we're not the property anymore.
Yeah.
So we're noticing,
Yeah.
hey, when Jim Bob died, the missus get a bigger house. When one of us died, we get a smaller shack. What
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's life insurance.
Wow.
Well, I want
Wow.
some life insurance too. And they say, you know, dang it, they done figured it out.
Yep.
We have to give them something.
Wow.
So-
This is so good. Listen, if y'all got questions too, that y'all want to ask Chrissy, you can do that. You can just type it on the screen. I'm looking at the chat as well as we're paying attention. Ask your questions if you want to know information about how to get it or what information you want to know about life insurance. Chrissy is here to answer it, and I wanted her to be here. I asked her to come because I wanted us to make sure that we give you not just wisdom from the Word of God, but wisdom just in life applications. It's a lot of stuff we're not privy to as people, and we need information. We need people that have information that can come, and it's going to be more. I got therapists coming. I got a doctor that's coming. I talked to several people that work with child safety. So we're going to be dealing with a lot of things. This
That's
podcast
awesome.
is not just biblical. It's going to be natural as well. So I want to thank Chrissy again for being here, but we got to still talk some more because people need to know how they can get life insurance. Do your company offer it?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So what we do is a very simple application. We're going to ask you some medical questions.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how much money you do want to buy,
Yeah.
there is like lab work that has to be done, but we do have somebody that
Yeah.
we provide that will
Matter
come
of fact,
out
I
to
got
you.
to take my lab work tomorrow because, yeah,
Health as well.
praise the Lord.
Amen.
Got to take this blood, draw blood. I ain't got that much left in me. And you see how little I am, and they wants to draw more.
The Lord gonna provide.
Anyway, we got to make sure there was life insurance, and I purposely wanted to make sure I had life insurance. And although for years I've been telling people that I'm not gonna die, that Jesus is gonna come back through those clouds, and I'm just gonna ride with him at that moment, right?
Till the wheels fall off. Right on.
Yep, I'm riding
Right
with
off
him
the
when he comes. I'm riding.
No
But
question.
I still got to make sure that if by chance anything happens, that I'm covered. And so, how would people get a chance? And I'm gonna let you share your information with them, how to get connected to you and all of that stuff. Before we get off, we still got another 38 minutes, girl. So we in this thing. What information can you share with people about life insurance that they possibly don't know in looking for it?
Okay. In looking for life insurance, you want to look at 4 things. If you always remember the acronym DIME, D-I-M-E, you will make sure that you not only have enough coverage to handle the necessities, but to actually build wealth. Life insurance is the quickest way to transfer wealth, instant transferable wealth. Even if you have assets, once you're gone, it takes somebody with knowledge to be able to sell those assets. And again, we're in an asset accumulation phase. This is for our legacy. So we don't want to be getting rid of our assets in order to make sure that life can continue on for the people that are still going to be here.
I got you.
So the first thing we want to look at is your debt, because people say, I'm going to die anyway. What do I need that for? But they don't know that your debt doesn't die when you do. It rolls to your next immediate kin.
Got a question too, but go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Right.
So DIME, D-I-M-E. Y'all got to remember that. D is for debt.
Yes.
Got
yes.
it?
And
So-
if you owe the right person enough money, they can come and put a lien on any asset that you thought that you were leaving scot-free
Oh, really?
and take it.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So you are not liable to pay that debt, but again, those debt collectors can still harass you. I'm so sorry for your loss, but Jim Bob owed us $250,000, and we need that. Okay, well,
Yikes.
what did Jim Bob have? Jim Bob had a house. Okay, we gonna need a piece of that.
Ooh.
Okay, yes. The second thing is the I. That is the income protection or income replacement.
Okay.
When you have small children, you need a minimum of 10 years of your annual salary to make sure that their life at minimum stays the same.
Got it.
Because now if you're the breadwinner and you can no longer collect a check, that job is not going to continue to send you a check. So we need to make sure we have enough money to live on so that people can grieve. 3 days bereavement is not enough time for you to mentally deal with the fact that your person is not here anymore.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
it is a natural process, it still hits us hard every time it happens. So you need time to be able to not have to go right back to work in 3 days. You need time to be able to focus. You need to be have time to, get with your spiritual leader, and that takes more than 3 days.
Gotcha.
And you need some money in the meantime.
That makes sense.
Okay, the
That
next
makes
is going to
sense.
be the M for mortgage. If you've already worked on purchasing a home, you need enough money to completely pay off that home and about 20 years of property taxes, because how many times do we lose grandmama's house because we can't pay the property tax?
Listen, they better get it.
And if you have not started the process of purchasing a home, you can purchase enough money to buy a home outright. So if something happens to me right now, my children are 7, 8, and 9. They cannot do anything for themselves. I need them to be in a stable house. I have somebody that's going to make sure that they're okay. My mom, love her dearly, but she is older now. She's going to need some money. I don't
Yeah.
want her to have to go back into the workforce and
Right.
have to decide, do I
Right.
want to pay the light bill, or do I need to replace these shoes that got a hole in them?
That's facts. I
So
get
I
it.
don't want my children's life to change because something happened to me too soon, and I'm not in control of that.
Absolutely.
So the last thing is going to be the E. E is for education. When you have small school age children, you want to make sure that you purchase enough money for them to not be in debt.
Got it.
I don't think about how much brain space it frees up when you don't have inherited debt. You have money to live on for 10 years. You have a home that's paid for outright, and you have education costs covered. How much further along do you think everybody else is ahead of us because they plan for those things?
Gotcha.
How many people around us, just in our immediate circles, have passed away? What if everybody had $300,000, $500,000, $1 million waiting to be instantly transferred? How different would our life be? A lot of us don't lack talent or creativity. We lack opportunity and resources.
Yeah, for sure. There was a question that was asked, and maybe you can answer this. Well, I know you can, because that's the reason why you're here. How about that? She asked, and this is one of our followers and members from Detroit. She asked, in regards to life insurance, which is better, whole insurance or term insurance?
Okay, so I'll give you an analogy.
Okay.
Think about, we have two banks, Bank A and Bank B.
Okay.
Now, your favorite cousin works at Bank A and said, come and open up this account with us. But when you get there to open the account, she says, okay, well, look, you're going to open this account, but everything that you put in it for the first 5 years, your balance is going to be zero. Would you open that account?
No.
But this is your favorite cousin, Pastor. So you know what? You okay, look, it must be something on the other side of that. So you're my favorite cousin.
5 years with nothing?
And that's the typical standard. I've seen as many as 14. Okay? Now, you pouring money into this account every single month, but your balance is zero. Okay, so we're going to overlook that. Now, what if they said, okay, your baby, she's 9. We got a sweet 16 coming up. Okay, well, I've been putting this money away. I know that there's money. I want to go and pull my money, but they say, what, favorite cousin? Okay, well, look, if you take all the money out, you have to completely close this account, and you have to give us up to 20% of what you saved after the 5 years.
Yep, nope.
Okay, well, that's 2 no's. Now, let's say you overlook that. Well, look, don't take all the money. Take some of the money. Just borrow some of the money. But when you borrow something, what do you have to do?
Pay it back.
You pay it back. Now, what if they said, now, when you borrow it and pay it back, not only do you have to pay back what you borrowed, but you have to pay back an additional 6 to 8% interest added every day.
Yep, nope.
Okay,
That's
well, look,
another no for me.
okay, we got 3 no's. Typically, 3 strikes you out. But we going to keep on going because it's your favorite cousin, Pastor, okay?
I don't like her already.
Okay. Well, look, this is a savings. This is going to be for old age anyway, so don't touch the money at all.
Okay.
But the natural thing happens and you pass away.
Okay.
And they said, well, we're going to keep it all. We don't give that to your family either.
Oh, no, I ain't with that.
You wouldn't bank with Bank A.
I would not.
Now, Bank B says, okay, whatever you put into this account, you have access to instantly. We're going to even give you 7 to 9% interest while your money is sitting. when you pass away, not if, because I hear people say, well, what if I don't die? I'm like, say that slow. Okay. But when you do, that money instantly goes to your family.
Mm-hmm.
Would you open that account?
Yeah.
That is whole life insurance and that's term insurance.
Got it. Makes sense. Makes
So,
sense to me.
whole
Did you
life-
get that?
Whole life says I'm going to give you insurance and I'm going to give you a savings account. But in this savings account, you don't get anything
Can't
for
get
at
nothing
least
from
5 years. When you go to get it, I'm going to charge you 6 to 8% interest added every single day, and we don't pay bills daily. So in 30 days, if I needed a loan for myself, do you think I'm going to have an additional
No.
compounded interest after 30 days? So now you're paying money. You're basically pouring money into a pocket with a hole in it.
Yeah, for
How
sure.
much money are you going to waste attempting to pay back money that was already yours? But the kicker is, when you signed up for that life insurance, you said, hey, this is a check for $250 a month for my life insurance. You didn't say this is for my life insurance and then put this into my savings. Anything that you turn over to the life insurance company as a life insurance payment belongs to them. And that's why you have to borrow that money. You can't just go and take it out because it
Man.
don't belong to you anymore. You gave it to them. So
Wow.
now they're going to take that extra money. They already got 5 years of it. They're going to take that and they're going to actually put that money into a money vehicle and an actual investment like a mutual fund. Something that's going to get them
Get them
compounded
some-
interest. If you call like Fidelity, Charles Schwab, and you tell them your name and you give them your policy number, they're going to say, I don't know who you are. There's no account here with your name
No
on it.
way.
Who did you open this account with? Oh, I opened it with State Farm. Oh, you're going to have to call State Farm because State Farm has an account here with that number, but you're not the owner of that. I can't give you any information about State Farm's account.
Oh my God, that happens.
So a little earlier when I told you, we
Yeah.
realized that
Yeah.
something is happening after we die, and they said, we got to give them something. Let's figure out a way to keep them paying us more money than we ever intended to pay them. And then Negro policies were born.
My.
And then Negro policies changed to cash value. They changed to variable universal life, to flexible universal life, to infinite banking, to index universal life. But a pig with a lipstick
Yeah.
and a tutu is still a pig.
It's still a pig.
It's still a pig, y'all.
Yeah. So, I hope this is helping because I think that we don't really get enough information about how to navigate these kind of waters. And so when people hear life insurance, they automatically think that if I get it, I'm
gonna die.
I'm gonna die. That's the next thing that's on my head is that if I get life insurance, that means I'm setting up for me to die.
Well, if you get car insurance, you're setting up for a car accident, right?
Not in people's mind though.
If I get cell phone insurance, I'm setting up to break the screen, to get it wet.
Not in people's mind though.
And you see the stigma. And it's so crazy because the only minds that have that thought process are the ones that they made to believe
Yeah.
that thought process.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
else, they're having, every quarter they
Yeah.
sit down from little bitty babies.
Mm-hmm.
They know how money works.
Yeah.
They told us, go to school, get a good education so you can get a good job. They said, go make the money, but they never told us what to do with
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the money when we got the money.
And then some of the things we played when we did the money things in school, it was just simple stuff like, learn what a penny looks like or learn how much a penny is. Or
They taught you
a
how to
dime.
identify it, but
Identify
not how to
it.
use it. That's like giving
That's
me a
crazy.
board game and never teaching me the instructions.
So we need to have a wellness conversation.
Absolutely.
Because we don't have a wealth wellness conversation
Yeah.
where people will understand the dynamic of what it takes to establish wealth.
Yes.
We want to be rich, but do
Yeah.
we want wealth?
Yeah.
Because then it changes the concept. And you got to have wisdom on using all that kind of stuff too.
Rich is one, wealth is all.
Yeah.
So what do I want to build for myself right now? And you should. You should not live this life without accumulating something for yourself. But
Yeah.
if you have people that are following you, if you have family, if you have
Yeah.
small kids, if you have
Yeah.
a spouse, people that depend on you, you need this.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
this is, Pastor, I will cut my cable TV off before I not pay my life insurance.
Listen.
Because you know what my kids going to get if I
Listen.
pass away too soon? They're going to
Listen.
get a bill.
Yeah. Oh no, I get it.
Nobody's gonna pay them for me dying,
Oh, I definitely
except for the life insurance, the one thing that nobody wants to talk about.
But I'm wondering why don't we see the, because okay, I went to Walmart the other day and purchased a monitor.
Okay.
And when I purchased the monitor, it asked me did I want insurance. And of course I have a choice to pay the little $32 for 2 or 3 years or not. And I'm going, well, what's the point of getting insurance on this? I just buy a new one. How many times do people come in with that kind of mindset? Well, why do I need it? It's not valuable now, so why not get it until I get older, when I'm starting to have pains and when my body's starting to, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. I get well, I'm not planning on dying right now, but whose plan is it?
Well, I mean, some people plan. Just know I'm not one of them.
You know,
okay?
well, I don't have that plan, okay? Now, we can control that, but most of us typically are not sitting down right now, you know, that plan.
Yeah, no, that's not my plan. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
But life insurance is based on two things.
Okay.
Based on your age and your health.
Okay.
And so you're never going to be as young or as healthy as you are today.
Yeah.
It is going to be so much more expensive later because you're going to have to pay for all the time that you didn't have insurance.
That happens?
That happens.
Jeez.
Or a lot of people don't know, your criminal record can disqualify you from qualifying for life insurance. They say you like to do dangerous things. You like to go dangerous places with dangerous people.
Wow.
We're not going to take the risk of being on the hook because they look at life insurance as a policy. A policy, when you hear that, it doesn't sound serious. But if we start calling it what it is, which is a contract, people say contract. I might need to take a look at that. Let me see what it is that I have. And all
Jesus.
too often, we never read contracts until we need them.
Oh, well, you know, that fine print be killing
The
me.
bold print give it and the fine print take it away. It's gone. The fine print done came and ate it.
That fine print to get you, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling
it's
you.
tiny, but it's mighty, okay?
So what do you suggest that people who don't have life insurance right now, that may be older, what do you suggest they do?
When you are older, most companies don't qualify you after you're 70 years old because the typical lifespan is 75. So I can't put you on the hook for $100,000.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get an investment on my return.
I get it.
So if you have reached that point, I would suggest opening an investment account, paying into it monthly like you're paying life insurance. That way it gains more compounding interest. The bank typically give you about 1%. That actual investment will give you 7 to 9%. So your money will double a lot faster if
Good
that's
Lord.
the only option. Or look
So
into
what do you suggest as it relates to age of starting? I mean, of course, I have life insurance on my child.
Okay.
So
absolutely.
anything happen to her, she has because of my policy, I also have a underage policy.
Absolutely.
So there's the money that I'm paying monthly covers me and her.
Right.
Right? And then of course Z has her own policy through her job. However, I don't have a job. This is my job.
Right.
That's what I do for a living.
Right.
And so I have to have something that covers me on a regular basis. When would you suggest a person should consider getting life insurance for them or their family?
15 days old. You 15 days old?
Y'all late. Y'all late. Y'all late. Go right now. Line up. I need you to sign up, line up, because y'all late. 15. She said 15 days, not years.
That's it. If you are alive and breathing, you need this. There are some people who say, well, I'm young, I don't have a spouse, I don't have children, but I love my parents. I want to be able to retire my parents one day. I want to buy my parents a home. I want to buy my parents that dream car that they always wanted. Well, what if something happened to you too soon? Do you not want them to have it because something happened too soon?
Well. So, and people on here saying this is good information. Some people saying that they didn't know these things at all. So that's good that we're offering an opportunity of people getting wisdom. So 15 days old, y'all late. Y'all didn't hear what I said. What are you doing? What are you doing? You need to go ahead, line up, sign up, so we can get you guys some life insurance. And it's not as expensive as you think, right?
It is not. It is not. Again, it is based on your age and your health.
Yeah.
So if you are 20, 30, 40 still, the longer you wait, the more it's going to cost you.
Yeah. And then I noticed when I was taking doing my application, I noticed it asked you about your smoking history, your drinking history, if there's any diseases in your family, things like that, if you've been hospitalized, things of that nature. And then if by chance there's something that concerns the insurer, they'll have lab works done that they can kind of make sure you pretty healthy and stuff. So, you know, and me being 51, I'm kind of like
51? Not 31.
Chris,
Y'all don't be telling
her.
those stories in this. You
can't.
see where we are right now, what house we in. Don't tell no stories in the house.
I am 51. I just don't look it because I'll try not to stress.
Okay.
And I stayed
Stress
active.
check.
I stayed active for a long period of time, just playing basketball, running track, just.
Okay, can
I
I
don't
stay
do that.
spiritually healthy? Because I can't go.
Oh,
I can't
my
go
God.
run no track.
Oh, my God.
I can't go run.
Well,
no
my
track.
knees don't work like that
That's
no more.
what I'm saying.
So
Wait,
I have to
I need
kind
to
of
go to
walk.
the knee
I have to
stove.
walk the track, not run it anymore.
Okay. Yeah, my check engine light on my knees is on, Pastor. I can't
Well, I
go
gotta
do
get
that.
an oil change every now and then. That slides some oil to me. So, but anyway, I did that, and of course now I had some people, and it also happened to me, where I had an insurer who I was under the insurance of, but then they sold my insurance to someone else, and when it went to the next person, they dropped the ball on the transition, and I ended up losing my insurance, and so I didn't know. And then calling them back to try to reinstate it, they wouldn't reinstate it. What should a person do with issues or situations like that? Do they shop to another, or do they continue to try to find another way to get back what they lost? Because I couldn't get back all those years I had been paying, all of the time, being on time, all of that. I couldn't get none of that money back, nor did they reinstate where I was in order to try to make sure I had life insurance.
Right.
So what do you suggest somebody do in instances like that?
Honestly, Pastor Bailey, it comes down to having a relationship with the person that you are doing business with.
Sure. Okay.
That's why I love where I am right now, because you can't find me unless somebody told you about me.
Right.
So the number that you call is going to be directly to my cell phone. There is no 1-800 number that you can call and you have to talk to a different person every time.
Got it. So you are the agent.
I am the entire experience.
Absolutely.
So if something happens to me, I have an agency of people who are already aware of all the clients that I have.
That's
they
right.
have everybody's number. We do a checkup every quarter to see, hey, did your phone number change? Did your email change? Did your address
Well, that's
change?
great. Because some companies don't do that.
They don't, because it's an impersonal experience. Like if you like a good neighbor.
Yeah. State Farm is sometimes
sometimes
there, but they're
You know, and that's what you get when you have a lot of bigger companies, but a lot of smaller companies, you run the risk of them going out of business.
Yeah.
So I am a New York Stock Exchange company. I have a big backing. I have a big capital reserve, so I don't have to worry about not being able to pay our death claims. We are actually one of the only people that paid our death claims during 9/11.
Yeah,
You know, for people
yeah.
that couldn't be found.
Wow.
And had enough capital to do it.
That's
so.
cool. That's cool.
Everybody is not equally yoked, but just having a relationship with the person. That's why I respect the old school coming to the kitchen table,
Yeah, let's
actually
talk.
knowing your agent,
Yeah,
being
yeah.
inside your home,
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
versus
That matters.
just calling somebody and never talking to Jake. You don't
I
know
get
Jake
it.
from a hole in the wall. So just
Jake
having-
don't know Jake at
Jake
this
don't know
particular
Jake.
point.
I think Jake done been Jake 5 different times, actually. So you know.
We don't know Jake, Jared. We don't know
You know,
none of them.
none of 'em, actually.
We don't know nobody.
Jake Jr., Jake Senior, Jake, Mini Jake. I don't know, Pastor.
And I've watched, and I got a couple of people on, but I have people that I've talked to that literally went through the season of thinking that their family member had life insurance. And then when that family member passed, they couldn't find the policy, they couldn't find the company, they didn't know where the life insurance. What do you suggest people do in instances?
I'll tell you a story,
Okay.
my personal story again.
All right.
When I first started, I was in training, and I knew the one person, if nobody else had some life insurance, I know my grandma had some life
Yeah,
insurance.
for sure.
I remember that life insurance lady
sure.
coming every single month and collecting that check. And when
Which month? Which grandmother?
my maternal grandmother. Maternal grandmother. Yeah.
I love her so much, Lord Jesus. Chris, you funny.
But the first thing she asked me, Pastor, I said, Grandma, look, I just started doing life insurance.
Yeah.
Let me read your policy. I'm learning how to read contracts.
Okay.
The first thing she said to me was, what you want to know about my life insurance for?
Oh my God.
Granny, it's for me, isn't it? How do you not want me to know or understand how it works or where it is? Because again, we don't have wealth building conversations. It is so
Ooh, man.
individualistic.
Ugh. So we need to have these conversations.
We have to.
I don't know if people really want to have a conversation with their family members about that. It just seems like you put yourself in a mindset that death is soon to come. I mean,
But you know what?
I mean,
It's
do you understand what I'm saying?
always 1 second away.
It is. And I think people just got so comfortable with living that they think they're going to live for a long period of time.
And I've had more classmates pass away this year than I've had family members
That's crazy.
of old age.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm 36.
We need to have these, what? Yeah. We need to have these conversations. We just need to have these. I don't think we as a people have healthy conversations.
And that's where when people get afraid, oh, well, if they know I have life insurance, they're going to do something to me. That's when we
She
start.
lying on this broadcast, y'all. So I ignored her 36, but let's just-
Whose house we in?
don't worry
I'm
about
a little bit
it. Don't
scared.
worry about it. Don't
you
worry
know,
about it. We'll talk about it another day.
But that's where we start talking about things like trust.
Okay.
We don't talk about wills, but wills don't protect us.
Don't.
They do not. So if you
Oh, I
write
thought
out,
they were binding.
oh no,
They
no,
not?
no. If
Oh.
you have a will, all it takes
And for
is
wisdom. This is wisdom talking.
so you write out this plan. Everything that I have goes to my wife and my daughter. But your brother comes and say, well, we just had a conversation last week, and you was cheating on him. So he was getting ready to change everything from you and leave it to us. Now it's contested. Now we have to go through the courts for the courts to decide. All of my assets are now tied up in probate court. And now I have to pay an attorney. Now the courts get to decide
That's with a will.
with a will. But if you have a trust, that is legally binding.
Got it.
You cannot, you dictate that forever. So a lot of people like to say, oh, well, I'm going to get whole life insurance because that's what the Rockefellers did. That's not what the Rockefellers did. the Rockefellers got term insurance because there's something called insurance law. So like there are traffic laws, medical laws, there's insurance law. So insurance law says no matter what company you go with, when you turn age 101 day, you do not have coverage.
Well, yep.
So if term is a period of time from point A to point B, if I bought this at 30, when I turn 100, that is a period of time.
Yeah.
That is a term. So if I'm going to get term insurance regardless, why would I pay 5 times more?
Yeah. Man, that don't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. But again, they only came into play because we figured out that they're getting something and we want to be a part of it.
All of this is good information. Are y'all really listening to what Chrissy is saying? This is really, really cool, and I'm grateful that she took the time out to come. Y'all ask your questions. I see a lot of comments, but if you have any questions concerning any of the information that she's sharing with us concerning life insurance, you definitely want this information, and she's available to be. Well, she's not only a member of the church, but she is covered here because at the end of the day, when I need information or I want to talk to her, I can call her. And she's telling you that she can have a connection with you as well as a client. So if you don't have any life insurance, you want to get connected, Chrissy's going to leave her information for us so that we can make that connection and you can get life insurance. Now, I didn't know about the will and the trust. Now, I didn't. I you can hear about these things, but you don't necessarily know unless somebody sits you down and walk you through it.
And that's why I love that personal experience. Like, you won't hear about me unless you hear about me. So
That's right.
just on that same vein, I had a client. I hired his girlfriend. She was going to be an insurance agent. And during her training, she said, okay, well, I'm going to sit down with my boyfriend so that I can have a practice appointment. And during the appointment, I'm teaching. He's like, oh, well, I talked to my mom. She said I need to do this. So can I do it? Yes, absolutely. That was in April of 2024, May, actually, 2024. January 2025, he passed away.
Yo.
He had no wife, no kids, but he always talked about retiring his mom, taking care of his grandma, rebuilding her house. He bought a $300,000 policy. Now, his mom, during this process, he had not set up anything. So she had to go to the court, become the executor of his estate. She's in probate right now. So she can't even get the check that was waiting for her because she has to prove that she's the executor of his estate.
Wow.
But that $300,000 had been sitting. So it accumulated interest.
Yeah.
So she walked away with over $500,000 out of thin air because her 31-year-old child did what we're talking about right now, who had no child, no children of his
Why
own.
do people turn to GoFundMe and fundraisers? Is it easier to get money that way, or
What other sources do they have? Nobody has a family who's sitting on 20 grand waiting to hand it over freely. They have to rely on the generosity of strangers, and I think that's very embarrassing. I call it kind of like begging. You might as well stand on the corner with a cup and say, spare change? Anybody got some spare change?
I mean, I always see it. I see it on a regular basis. I see it when it comes to death. I see it when it comes to medical bills. I see it all the time, that people would prefer to not insure themselves or to make sure that their things are covered than to make sure, and they would rather beg. They would
And
rather
there's actually
just
a
ask.
clause in your insurance that says if you become so ill that you cannot pay your premiums or you need help with medical bills, you can pull a portion for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They call it living benefits, but we don't want to touch that because we know that that's for the person that you're leaving behind.
Yeah.
But that's why I also accompany it with that savings that whole life wants to give you. We do the same thing. We just do it separately on a different contract. Anytime you combine anything with your life insurance, it changes it. Now it changes how they have to pay your family. They don't have 7 business days. They have up to 6 months.
Wow.
They
Wow.
don't have to give you access to the money that you're putting in because it's theirs, because you said it was an insurance payment. You didn't say that this is for my savings.
Wow.
And technically,
Wow.
the insurance costs the same across the board. So why is term insurance so much less expensive? Because you're only paying for the money. You're not paying for a bell and whistle that's
Yeah.
ultimately going to hurt you.
Absolutely.
We get to overcharge you and underinsure you. So if I spend $100 on term insurance, I can get close to $1 million.
Wow.
If I spend $100 on whole life insurance, I'll get $150,000. So not only did I underinsure you, that hurt you for generations, because that $150 it sound like a lot, but when we talk about debt, income replacement, mortgage, education, that's gone.
Wow.
That's eaten up.
So is there something that someone, like, if they have a mother, father that's elderly, for them to do outside of what you're saying, suggesting them to do say, what you
Like
call
the
it?
mutual fund.
That is there something else they can do?
Having the pre-needs,
Okay.
burial plots, and again, that's only going to cover the
So
cost
much amount of it, right?
That's only going to do so much. Honestly, it just
Whew,
it
Lord.
just costs us to not know. I mean, we don't start having those conversations until our health changes.
No, that's facts.
until we don't qualify. Until it's through the roof.
It's the ignorance of not wanting to know the information.
Pastor, there's ignorance, ignorance, and ignorant.
Yeah.
Ignorance is simply not knowing because
Yeah.
nobody's talking about
Nobody
it.
said it.
Ignorance is, I know something about it, but I'm not going to pay no attention to that. And ignorant is just plain, I ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
That's the bury me in the backyard type of people.
Lord.
That's the I struggle so they can struggle too type of people.
So the question came: can you change a whole term to life? A whole to a term life at any time?
You can't necessarily change it, but you can, while you're in good health, get onto a different plan. So it's not necessarily I want to change what I have into something else, but you do have to get something else. And a lot of times when you do, they owe you a refund. So a lot of my clients who had whole life because they didn't know anything and they called State Farm, and it just sounds good. Like whole life has got insurance, it's got a savings, I can go and take money from it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
nobody explained to you what was going to happen.
What was going to happen?
If I explained to you what was going to happen,
Absolutely.
you told me no real quick.
Yeah.
Four
Yeah.
times immediately. So
Ooh, that time went fast. Lord.
it was just 12:01.
That
we
time went
we
fast,
talking that
yeah.
good, Pastor? I know we ain't talking
That
that
time
good.
went fast, man.
Oh, well, thank you.
But
I
this is
appreciate
good
you.
stuff, though, because I believe the people need to know these things. I've seen people, like I said, that passed away, said they had life insurance, and then once the end all be all is done, they end up finding themselves losing property, losing,
Because we
possessions.
didn't talk about it. We didn't sit down. We didn't have the conversation. We feel like if we talk about it, then it's somehow going to brouhaha us into making it happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I spoke
Yeah.
into existence. But
Ugh.
you went and bought that scratch-off ticket. You wasn't embarrassed about talking about that.
They wasn't. They was believing
You
they
told
was gonna
somebody,
make them
look, girl,
millions.
I done hit $50, girl. Go to that same Quick and Mart down there on the corner. And
Listen.
you told everybody about that.
All right, Chris, can you give us your information? How can someone reach you if they were interested in signing up to get a life insurance policy?
Okay, so first I'll give y'all my direct phone number. Now this comes directly to this cell phone, and you will get me every single
Now,
time.
do you want your real phone number to hang out on?
They
It's
got to call it
business
anyway. Y'all got to call it anyway. I'm not embarrassed.
All right, come on. Give the people your number, woman of God.
It is 713-591-3037, and you can send me a text message. You can call me. leave me a voicemail, please, if I miss your call. You can find me on Instagram, I_am_Chrissy, CHRISSY_R. And it's the same across every single platform. Now, if y'all see me joking and laughing and playing, don't take too much into it now. I love the Lord.
She's
I love my pastor.
she's funny, and I've been telling her every time I just go on her page just to look and see what comedy she done said, because she reminds me of Sue, and y'all, anybody that knows Sue is funny. She's hilarious, and so just having conversations with them are the best, and I really appreciate her. Well, how else can we get to you? If they want to connect to you on Facebook, how can they get to you on Facebook?
It's the same. I_am_Chrissy, CHRISSY
Yep.
_R. My page is open. You don't have to add me. You don't have to be my friend, but I told y'all I love y'all even if we're not friends, okay? Send me a message, send me a text message, give me a call. I'll be more than happy, even if you only have questions.
Yeah.
And for those who do have life insurance, read those contracts. Sit down with somebody who knows how to read those contracts, because those words does not mean the same in English language, okay?
Yeah.
Legalese is a very different language than the English language. So sit down, let's read those contracts, because they may owe you a refund. They likely do, because they've been overcharging you and taking money off the back end.
Let's go, man. So if you have your policies and stuff and you want to get somebody to just take a look at it, Chrissy and her team is available, and she'll make herself available for helping you guys. A lot of you guys are saying that this has really helped you, and I pray that this Wisdom Well podcast today has drew your attention, number one, because you need to know how important life insurance is. Having it on you, your family, on your loved ones, just making sure that you do not put a burden on anybody. God forbid anything happen to you. You just never know. Time is short and life is swift. And so you just want to make sure that we do all we can to ensure no hurt or harm to come to our families even after we're gone. And so whatever we can do, we want to make sure we offer you guys the information that you guys need so that you can better your experience in God. And I thank God for Chrissy, man. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you for
I'm so
having me.
happy.
And I say one more thing. Y'all get some life insurance outside of that job.
Oh, yeah.
That job don't care about y'all. That job insurance is literally called Dead Peasants Insurance.
Listen.
That is for the job.
Did you hear that? What is it called?
Dead Peasants Insurance.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And it is to recuperate money that they have paid out to you in payroll, in vacation time, in paid time off. All that money they want back. And if you do not pass away on the job, on the clock, doing job duties, you are not their responsibility, and they do not have to pay you anything. Okay? That is like a spare tire. It's going to get you somewhere for a little bit, but it may not get you where you're going.
They need that number again, Chris.
It is 713-591-3037.
Y'all get that? I'm putting it on the chat. There you go. Y'all can have it. Y'all, I want to thank Chrissy again, man, for coming and hanging out with me. I have some other guests that'll be coming in. If you want Chrissy to come back, y'all just got to let me know. If y'all need to get more information, please let me know, because I want to make sure that we offer people everything that they need, so that every single day we're growing more and more in the knowledge of what to do to better our life experience. I appreciate you guys, and from myself, from Chrissy, we want to thank y'all for jumping on and being a part of our Drawing from the Wisdom Well podcast, and hopefully you'll come back and hang out with us again soon. We're a place of help, hope, and healing. Peace out, y'all.
Thank you.
Man, amazing.